Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Menapace. I'm a real estate agent and an investor in Massachusetts. And today I'm going to show you how I have used STR Insights to close 3 deals for investor clients in the last 3 months. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to do a real quick case study and hopefully offer you some ideas on how you can leverage this extremely powerful tool to close some more deals. All right, so let's jump right in. The house that I'm going to use as an example is 217 Shad Hole Road in Dennis. Now, what's neat about this house is it is listed as a 3-bed, 1.5 bath. It's in Dennisport, Cape Cod, walking distance to the beach. I knew it was a fantastic deal at the listing price of 550. My clients kind of thought that it was, but I really needed to grab some data to show them why this was such a diamond in the rough. And so using STR Insights, I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. But before we do that, let's just take get some information about the listing, and then we'll hop over to STR Insights. So just real quick in terms of the map and where this thing is located, our internet's going a little bit slow here. Here we go. So this house is located south of Lower County Road in Dennisport, and you have several really popular beaches all along the coastline here. It's about 4 or 5 minute walk, but on top of that, it's also outside of a flood zone. Huge benefit there. Let's look at a couple other things. I won't go through every single photo, but I want to give you a feel for the house itself. This is C Street Beach. This is the popular beach right there in Cape Cod. Here's a photo of the house, and you actually just end up walking right down this way here to get to the beach. What was cool about this house is it was also on a double lot. No one really knows this, but me having an investment property there and being an agent, there's no houses with double lots. This one had a double lot. This whole area can be fenced in and used patios, cool stuff, fire pits, things like that. Again, more amenities and things you can do with that, right? Here's just like another photo, and you can see the beach at the end of the street. Killer location, super great house. I can't believe it was listed for 550. But here's the magic. This house was listed as a 3-bedroom home because of the size of the septic tank, but it really has 4 bedrooms. So on the first level here, we have a bedroom downstairs, living room, a sort of bonus room here, which we'll get into in a minute, and then a full bathroom. It's actually, it also has a full basement. None of these houses have a full basement. You look at any of the data from STR Insights, Airbnb, VRBO, which drives the data that goes into STR Insights, none of them have a basement. This one does, and it can be fully finished out. Again, huge, huge value add. And then we get to the upstairs. We have 2 quite large bedrooms upstairs along with a bathroom. So let's get back to this photo for a second. This room right here, this was the magic piece to this deal. This room right here can be used as a 4th bedroom, but we're buying this house at 3-bedroom pricing. A couple other fun facts. It was listed on 4th of July weekend. No one's going down to Cape Cod to try and buy a house on 4th of July weekend, so we got an even better deal that way. So let's get over into STR Insights and really start to look at this here. So this is Dennisport. Right here in this box over here, you can see kind of the scoop with Dennisport. I typically don't flood it with the 50% and up because I will be honest, there are so many folks here that might just be renting it out for a month or 6 weeks and vacationing there for a month or 6 weeks. And it's really just like a part-time gig, and the house has been sort of passed down by their family and friends. But the people that are actually working on this thing, the ones that are really going for it, they're almost always falling in that sort of top 75 to 95th percentile. And what I did just for the photos here is I tailored it to just be 3 and 4 bedrooms. Now, here's some interesting things. We start to look at the chart down below. This is all information that I show my clients. I bring them right into here, or I'll do a recording like this and really walk through why I think something is a good deal and why more times than not, I tell them something is not a good deal based on this data. So when I look at this, I can see that the top performing properties in this specific part of Dennisport, and actually I'll just take a step back, you'll notice that everything that is a top performer is really down below Lower County Road. That's important. That is a busy road, and you want to be south of that in order to get easy access to the beaches. When we start adding in the 50th percentile, you'll see a whole bunch up here. Now, this is important information for your clients to know, right? And Kenny's talked about this a few times over, president of STR Insights, but I don't want one of my clients buying one of these houses where they're a mile away from the beach and have to pay for parking. They're always in their car. It's just a pain in the butt, right? You want to be down below. And honestly, a home that is south of Lower County Road in this part of Dennisport is worth well over 100 grand more than a home that's a quarter mile away and maybe even in nicer condition that's north of Lower County Road. Super important to understand. And this data is telling you that right here. So I want to show you a couple other things, right? Part of that, a 4-bed, 2-bath house north of Lower County Road's making $40,000. The same one south of Lower County Road's making almost 85K. It's a no-brainer, guys. As you start to move over, you're seeing 94K. There's a few other lower performers. I know the owner of this one, 107 grand, and that number's been rising year after year. So let's get to the information right below, right? 2-bedroom house. This data is pretty on point. The good thing is I bought my 2-bedroom for 262 a few years ago before prices hiked up. But that's pretty on par for the revenue. Here's the magic. A 3-bedroom could gross right around 100, 110K. Well, we just bought that house for a 3-bedroom price. A 4-bedroom is all the way up in that 180 mark. That is a huge, huge, huge jump. Because of that, we were able to craft a super competitive offer and take this house down. I'll get to that in a minute. But this is super information, right? As a agent for an investor or for investors ourselves, we always wanted to see what the highest and best use of a house is, right? In this case, an unfinished basement, 1, double lot, 2, 4th bedroom that pretty much has everything except for a closet, 3, and then don't forget the location. That is 4 massive value adds. So when I looked at that house and then I looked at this data, I said to my clients, you could pay 700 grand for this house, and A, it's still going to appraise, and B, it's still going to be a really good deal, right? Because look at what some of the other 4 bedrooms are going for, right? And this really was a 4-bedroom. So what did we do? We took a look. This was listed at 550. Through relationships with the listing agent, I started to get a sense of how many offers were in hand and about what they were going for. And we just made sure that we gave a higher offer than the rest of the folks with the most streamlined set of contingencies. And we ended up getting our offer accepted on this house. It had a near perfect inspection, amazing quality. And now my clients are able to get into this house, get it furnished, do very minimal work to it. And of course, they are a little nervous about how they can make that much money. So they ended up hiring me as their co-host to be able to operate this. So there's several streams of revenue coming from this one house for me as the agent. I was able to leverage STR Insights and the data there. I'll tell you, when you have a client that's weary and they see this picture, they are sold. You have that deal in the bag if you can show them this data. It is super, super powerful. Super, super important. And the data sources are exactly where you're listing your homes, Airbnb and VRBO. And it's outstanding. And I'll admit, having my photo in the dashboard there definitely helps a little bit too. But this is all you need, guys. A little bit clicking around, doing some hovering, getting a sense, what are things making? Okay, how does that factor into the valuation? Right? And how much should I be paying for things and where are my value add opportunities? If you nail this 5 to 10 minute presentation with your clients to steer them away from properties, to show them why it might not be a good deal, that's gonna build rapport. And then to bring them into the fold on really great properties, it gets to the point where when you say something's a good deal, they believe you and they want to move forward. And that's how I closed 3 deals together worth almost $2 million in just a 3-month period, bringing me sizable commissions. And of course, my brokerage is quite happy about that as well. So hopefully this is helpful. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Menapace Real Estate. You can find me on Instagram, Menapace Real Estate. Same thing for my website, Menapace Real Estate. And I'm always happy to be a reference or help other folks along their journey as they're trying to really break in and understand how short term rentals are working and how to accommodate that need as an agent. So good luck and thanks for tuning in.